Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Most Unknown Podcast, man.
Dog, who nasty ass weave be on the mic? Hey, man, you gotta clean the mics off, dog. Somebody weave is on my mic, bro.
Strippers, man.
That's some bad weave.
Strippers, man. We got a guest in the building with us today, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A good homie from a long time ago, man. Mark Choppa in the building, man. Salute.
Appreciate you coming through, Mark.
Thank y'all, man. I'm glad to be here.
Man, we've been trying to make this happen for a minute.
Yeah, man. Just been busy,
a long
brother.
minute. I know.
Yeah,
I see, man. Like before you get into like, cause we seeing the growth, we seeing all the things that's happening for you.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did the story even start? I know Mark from high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the Mark I know.
Yeah, well, so in high school, I was in a lot of fights,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
that was
yeah,
thing. So
yeah.
got out of high school, I used that as my advantage and started doing protective services.
I remember
Started
that.
protecting dudes. Started protecting nightclubs, bars, celebrity rappers, different high profile clients, and I made a living out of that. So I know you know the story because you're a friend of mine, and you also we follow each other on social media and et cetera. But I was involved in justified homicide, right? And the firearm that was used, it was allegedly unregistered. So I went through that, the cases dealing with the unregistered firearm, the homicide, and it was a lot. I went through all that, and after I beat all my charges, I said, I'm gonna start educating myself. So I started looking all through my background and checking things out, and I'm like, maybe I can get a legal firearm and try to do it the right way. And that's what I did. And when I got my first firearm out of a store legally and got my concealed carry permit, I mean, it was on. It was like, hey, it's on because this information, this education I never knew. You know what I mean? Growing up, it's been a stigma of firearms in the black community. Only education I had in firearms was from the streets.
Right.
And you know that. We from the same neck of the woods. Like, guns were bad. Period. So the idea of carrying a firearm legally, I didn't know.
Never thought about it.
Never thought about it. So I'm like, damn, how many other young brothers never thought about it? How many other young brothers caught up with a illegal firearm and didn't know? Even if you got a few things on your record, because my record was far from clean. I had a lot of blemishes on my record. Down from, of course, assault charges and from a number of other related things, but I was still permitted to get my firearm permit. So that's where it all began. Started wanting to spread awareness within my community.
That's dope.
And Mark, personally, it's funny because I was going to say that too. I had been before, like you was one of them guests I had like for me, I was like, I'm gonna reach out to. He just did it first, but I was like, we're gonna eventually reach out to Mark. But I was he's so on fire right now. I'm gonna let the timing be right because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. He's going through a lot now for sure. And I even told you, bro. We done had separate talks. Even when I seen your even that time we was when you was at 12, and I told you, look, I was proud of you because
I appreciate that. I remember
everything ain't for the camera, but we, you know what I'm saying. We understand what you went through, and
sure.
Everything I tell everybody about you, bro, because people are, when your name brought up, somebody be like, man, but it's all about the guns, what's blah, blah. I said, look, I know Mark for a long time, bro. Number one, he always been this person. This ain't no facade. You see, this ain't no fake. Yeah. You been this. And two, hands work too. You know what I'm saying? I tell him that a lot. But what, I want to ask you off the rip, because we got a little bit of your story. Yeah. What do you think with the brand and everything, even though it's growing and everything, what do you think, is there some things you get that you like, all right, this not true, or this not really about me, or like, a lot of, you hear anything that you be like, you want somebody to know, like, nah, y'all got it fucked up this way. It's not really like that. It's more so like this.
As far as promoting guns or promoting, violence, no, I promote self-defense. I promote brothers and sisters protecting themselves. So I just definitely want to get the record straight on that for sure, because there's nothing on my platform or any of my social medias where I promote violence or drugs or our youth picking up bad habits in the community. So we definitely trying to change the narrative on firearms in our community. and educate the youth on their rights as well. Yeah. So we won't be having so many of our young brothers being locked up for gun charges when it's just a simple case of them not knowing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is a lot of times. Like, niggas just don't know. I remember when I was young.
I never knew.
When I was a young, and all I remember about like dealing with police or like being in street situations is just don't say nothing.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
You don't know your rights though. Yeah, you don't know nothing about the right, like what you can do, what you. All I know is just don't speak. Yeah, that's the only thing I ever heard, and especially with like when I was young and niggas was doing whatever around, I didn't know nobody owned a firearm legally. Older people, younger people, I didn't know nobody that was legally owning a fire. I didn't even know where to start the process.
Bro.
Nothing. None of
my family, none of my brothers, y'all know my brothers. Yeah, sure. Nobody had legal firearms. Mm-hmm. Nobody had their permits, until I started doing what I was doing. Not even my mother, not even my father, my stepfather. Nobody had concealed carry permits. Now I can honestly say all my brothers got concealed carry permits. And it's had everything to do with me promoting my brand and what we stand for. So,
where's the first place you started, like on the process to learning about like the system and learning about like what the process is to get your legal paperwork? Where you go to first?
Google, man. Mm-hmm. Google. Yes. And case search. Start analyzing all your charges and looking at the criteria that allows you to get a firearm. And just compare and contrast, like, okay, this won't deny me from getting a firearm. This charge won't deny me from getting a firearm. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. So just learn myself, just putting my head in the computer and learning, man.
Mm-hmm. And so from my understanding, because I'm not nowhere near close to the level of knowledge you are when it comes to this. So like, it's different in every state.
Absolutely. Every state is different.
Is there one crime that's gonna restrict you? Period. Like what?
Depends on the state.
Every state.
You got states like Virginia and West Virginia. Don't matter, violent felons, whatever. You can get your gun rights back. A lot of people don't know that. But if you just it's a simple Google. It's a simple Google. You look up felons getting their rights restored in Virginia, you'll see everything, the steps you need to take to do that. And it's been so many people that took the steps and they have their firearm rights back. Yeah.
Do you think that it should be something that's like a uniform across the country? Like, this should be the standard. This should be so it's clear everywhere, because it's confusing. Like,
I'm definitely gonna make my stance clear on that. I mean, our Second Amendment is our God rights. You know what I mean? Our rights given from God. These laws are unconstitutional, and they're and they're actually was directly attacked on black folk. So that's right. If you want to get deeper into that, we're talking about as soon as the Black Panthers start picking up shotguns and patrolling the police officers and marching up to the Capitol in California, 1969 gun control came about.
Exactly.
So, and even the people that we think that support the 2A, like NRA and these big organizations, they was all for the gun control once we start picking up firearms and arming ourselves.
That's a lot of what I hear. Lately people like, once black people start like legally owning firearms, the laws is going to change immediately as far as like, because that's scary for a lot of people.
I mean, because history kind of repeats itself. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. It's precisely what happened. At first, we weren't even allowed. It was against the law for us to own firearms.
Explain what Mark Choppa is. What the community that you built, like the people that support you, the things that y'all doing out there. Explain what that is.
We're focused on unity. They're showing us training as a unit, and it's put emphasis on community. Guns in our community has, they always say, black people and too many black people in one building, violence usually erupts. Mm-hmm. So we bring thousands of black people in one area and everyone's armed, and it's not an argument. There's not a disagreement. Everyone is peaceful, and everyone is showing each other love and embracing each other.
Yo, let me ask you a question. When did the flip, the switch flip for you? Like, as far as like, all right, boom, I'm looking into this, I'm educating myself. When did it flip? Like, all right, I got a bigger, like, I feel like I got a duty to let everybody else know
bigger
about what's
responsibility.
going on.
It flipped when, I don't know if y'all remember, about 2 years ago, a young boy named PJ and a young girl named Naya. Naya was 6 years old. Her full name Nia Courtney. I'll never forget her name. She was murdered. She was shot in the head right in the District of Columbia. These two kids.
On Third World? Was it
Yeah.
Third World? Yeah,
It was in Southside.
Yeah.
And I remember that moment. It was a pivotal moment for me. It was a point in my life where it's like, okay, I just can't talk about guns. I gotta encourage our youth to come together. I gotta encourage our youth to learn to de-escalate situations. I gotta encourage our youth to love each other and to embrace one another as brothers and sisters. So that's when the activism came into play.
Does it at all? Is there places you go where you get like, you get a lot of love everywhere you go. We just talked about that. But is there places where the other people, or whether it be police, or whether they like your presence kind of, they fuck with you a little more because, in a bad way, because they like, they're scared or they're worried that something might come up? Like,
absolutely, brother. Anytime you got a leader, a brother that's in leadership, bringing their people together, there's always going to be some concern, and I guess because it's like when we're coming together, we're strong. We're stronger than ever. So, and that plays a big part, with the territory. And
I mean, you are America's worst fear, bro. Like straight up, like educated, black, powerful. Like that's that in a nutshell, fool. So a lot of is there certain places that are worse than ever play? Like I said, they fuck with you in Virginia a lot, but do you ever get held? Because niggas, we been scared to go to Virginia for like do anything crazy in Virginia for a lot of reasons. They don't. Is there certain places that's like worse than other places, or?
Yeah, I mean for sure. I mean rural areas. The government actually shut down our first training compound in Charles County. And that said a lot.
Yeah.
But, and this was an area where everyone shot on their own property. There was a law that you can shoot on your own property in Charles County.
Yeah.
Once I came about, start bringing our people to train and to come together and become educated on firearms, they changed the law. In that Pacific area. So,
and that was crazy to me too, because it's a gun store down there.
Yeah, I went to court, and they're like, we rezoned the area. I bet you did. I bet you did rezone the area. So, it come with the territory, brother.
What about the people that like throw the facts out there, like, gun violence is the reason for all of these, issues in society? They bring up like the crazy numbers that's going out there, the school shootings, the mass shootings, and all these other firearm related situations.
I mean, criminals don't ask permission to buy firearms. They buy guns, so that ain't nothing but strangling and strangling law-abiding citizens. From our God-given right. So,
what's the fix for that though? Like, or is it a fix?
I mean, absolutely. There's always a solution. We just gotta put our heads together. My take on it, I believe the armed society is a polite society.
Facts.
So,
fuck where I'm from.
Because even I'm in a public school setting, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's something like we talked about it when we was in school, but it wasn't like a real true fear. Like I ain't never fear that somebody was gonna walk in the building and go crazy. I never thought like
shit. I did.
It was happening, but nowhere around where I was at, except for
my suggestion was I remember when the last case happened in Texas. I suggest that we arm our teachers. We arm our teachers. We arm our administrative staff because of the fact like how our teachers, the most vulnerable. How are children the most vulnerable? How is somebody able to walk into a school and shoot up a school of our babies? That makes no sense at all. So, of course, you get and not just arm them, train them. Train them, have a system in place. We got fire alarms, we got those fire drills, right? So preparedness is, is key. We got to prepare we got to prepare our staff and our children just in case somebody feels like shooting up the place. We have a solution. We have a ready plan.
Yes.
All right. So I just feel like we them schools failed them babies.
Let's talk about that, right? Because that's a conversation that me being in the school system I had before, not in any real detail, but like the thought of that, right, for the kids specifically.
Yeah.
I had that conversation with my kids, how they feel about that. Some of them is like, yeah, I'm for it, but some of them are like, the thought of having to worry about like everybody around you having a weapon is kind of like, it's too much to think about for a lot of them. It's like overwhelming. It's like, I don't want to be here if I feel like I gotta like be that scared all the time.
I mean, that's the world. Being prepared is not equivalent to being fearful.
Amen.
So that's the world they're gonna have to grow up in. They're gonna have to understand that, and that's the mindset that we're trying to break. Because like I said, there's a stigma with guns.
Absolutely.
Just because you're being prepared and armed and you got some training, just because you're dangerous if you need to be, that does not mean that you're fearful of the world. I mean, we grew up together. Without a gun, I was addressing situations. I was, head on with, altercations, without any gun. I didn't have to. I didn't feel like your hands and feet. I didn't feel the need to have a gun. Bro, you know what I mean? In high school.
You ever think speaking on that, like in that note? Because I was talking to some younger kids the other day, and I was like, honestly, for real speaking, do you think like we would have survived in this day and age with how like quickly? Because back in the day, you could. It was hands and feet. You see each other the next day. If it got to be hands and feet again, it got to be that again. But that's where it ends. Just never know. Do you think you think these days we would have been kind of like washed up on a box somewhere because niggas ain't doing that no
Probably
more, bro.
so, because
for sure.
It just seems like we were fighting every other day.
All the
man.
time.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but we had like our neighborhoods were like not at the best terms.
Right.
We were in
for sure.
We was what's the word? What's
At
the
odds.
word?
But it's funny,
we was the Cowboys and the Redskins growing up.
But even with that, it never was like no. And it's crazy how niggas was allowed to like do that and it never be like, I don't think not once. I mean, it was some funny situations, but I don't say like it never was a gunplay thing. It was like, all right, we see these niggas, we going
we're gonna
we gonna rap.
And that was the mind state. Yeah, no, these youngers they
not
no, they got switches and everything.
Switches.
You know what I'm saying? And they talking I'm promoting guns. No, these youngers they got switches. They got I'm trying to show them legal routes to go. Because they like guns, they interested, they curious about guns. So you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. Yeah. They got these guns. They're not educated, and they don't have they don't feel a need to have a purpose. So
That's the real thing. They don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah,
they don't even know what to care about.
Yeah,
I'm just out here. I don't even know like where I'm supposed to go, and I think that honestly that's got to do with like people live for themselves now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And in older generations, you had people to live for. Like I'm representing my family. I represent something else bigger than me. Yeah, so when you feel like it's just you throw that shit out the window because you like, fuck it, it's just me. I ain't got nowhere else to worry about. When you thinking about like, I gotta represent my family name. I got this to live for. I got a future. You gonna move different. When you feel like you ain't got none of that shit. Throwing all that shit out the window at the drop of a dime, bro.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, a good brother named E-Class. He's a rapper in Washington, D.C., man. He goes, talks to the jail. He talks to the youth. And he said something, and it stuck with me. He said, he gives the children, he gives the youth hope. Hope is what saves lives. And that stuck with me because it just made the most sense. Like, if you got hope for tomorrow, you're going to kind of watch the way you move for today. So
make different decisions.
Yeah, make different decisions.
That shit is all the way true, dog.
Bro, do you think like, so to the people, because I want your opinion on it, because we talk about it a lot on the show. For the people, what do you think music plays a part in all this? Because a lot of, and when I was younger, it was like, man, and I still think like rap isn't the number one, because it's like you got to be a parent first. A lot of shit got to go before that. But where do you see in all this, like, the people, it's almost like guns and the music, people make it synonymous now. Like they're both, to the people that want to poke holes in, the culture, guns and music is like number one or two, or they interchangeable. Yeah. What do you think about the music aspect of it? Do you believe there's some truth to that, or how do you feel personally about?
Oh man, I mean, it's definitely some truth to it, especially in Washington D.C. We got these different neighborhoods beefing and rapping about it, and we done turned into Chirac, man. Dropping diss songs, man, and a lot of these killings are behind it. But as far as I think what you're asking me is the music raising our kids, and
or promoting gun violence, or
promoting violence, and I feel like it plays a major role It plays a major role, and we definitely need to be conscious of what we're putting out into the environment, to the universe, and to our youth most of all, especially for the elders. You know what I mean? And we just gotta raise our children. You know, it starts with the household. You can't allow music to raise your children. You know, of course, kids are gonna listen to what they want to listen to. All right, but it starts in the household, and then it starts out into the community. You raise solid, good kids with principles and morals. You know, and put life and love into their life. They're gonna pour life and love into the world. So I look at it like that. It starts with the head, man. Yep. It starts with the head. It starts with the fathers.
That's real point. Exactly. And I think like what happens is like we in the culture now where everything is about getting money.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. And in order for you to get money, you got to be if you're doing, you know what I'm saying, if you're following the legal limitations, you got to work a job. And your thing is like, so the kids gonna come second for a lot of people. The kids is secondary. It's like they got a roof, they ate. I got to go to work to build a life for them. So you miss shit.
Yeah.
You gonna miss shit. Whether you got one parent, especially if you got one. Even with two, you gonna miss shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like now that time that you spending without them, what you think they filling that time with? Somebody else's information.
Somebody else's information.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're not there to guide them to let them know what's real and what's not. Yeah. When I was 12 years old, my mother worked every day, all day. Yeah. So I was listening to rappers. So if that's my only source of information, I can't tell what's real and what's not. Yeah. So if in a song you told me you killed 48 niggas, and you ain't suffer no consequences. In my mind, I'm like, shit, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, right.
I don't have no parameters for what's real and what's not.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So the music absolutely play a part. Yeah, absolutely does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to parent. Like you gotta your priorities gotta shift a little bit, bro. Like it can't just be you want to provide a life for them, but you gotta be there. That shit is you gotta be there. You have to be there, bro. Cause somebody else gonna raise them kids, man.
Yeah. No, I say that all the time. It's like, you know, I know like as fathers, especially fathers, we like to come through the door like we Frank Lucas, like, you know, with bag gifts and all that. It ain't about that. It's about the time. You can sit down and paint a picture and just talk to your child, you know, and they'll appreciate that. Children are the only people in this world that love you unconditionally, besides your your mom, your spouse. You know what I mean? Not even your spouse. Most spouses, they not gonna love you unconditionally. Yeah, it's conditioned. I'm sorry, your mom and your children. It's conditioned. They're gonna love you unconditionally.
Yeah. How many you got now?
I got 5, man. Yeah, and they all doing so well. You know, they all doing so well.
Do they get any do anybody tell them in school like, "Hey, March Happer, your dad?" Like that?
Yeah, bro. I get it all the time, man. Yeah, bro. It's crazy because I'm very active in my kids' lives. My oldest daughter, she's on cheerleading team. She's on dance, so I show up to the schools a lot. Of course, with her being Mark Choppa's daughter, I remember some moment ago, one of the administrators went through a bag, and said something slick like, are we going to check if there's a gun in there? Wow. So I nipped that in the bud immediately. Like, you're definitely not going to single out my child, because of who she is. Yeah, for sure. Right. And just being there, man, as their dad, with the kind of name I have, it kind of I feel like they feel protected for sure. And the other kids kind of ease up off of them a little bit. Yeah. I ain't gonna hurt no kids.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely gonna address situations, and I have before in the past. I got 4 daughters. So, yeah.
Bro, are you scared? Are you, especially for the oldest? Did she tell you a little bit like, hey, Dad, you're not doing it, but you kind of scaring these niggas? Because I remember being scared to pick. We all been through it, picking my kids up from prom.
She sent me
walking the Choppa house, and
she sent me a TikTok. Was like basically the little boy was like, your dad will love me, and the daughter was like, that's not the way it's gonna go, man. Can I meet your dad? Of course I want to meet the people that she's around, and so I guess they're more so, they know I don't play about them. So you gotta come correct. You know, if you're gonna be around my children, you know, coming slouched, pants slouched and high looking, you know, like you on drugs. Nah, you gonna.
You know what I see your shit be like in my mind a little bit.
Bad Boy.
You seen Den of Thieves?
Yeah, that's one of my.
You know the part in the garage joint where
yeah.
I can see them going through there. And you got Rambo, you got motherfucking, you got
man.
Zoe, whoever.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's how I see that shit going for real. But
that's funny,
dope. Does Miss Choppa ever? You know, I know she know you can protect yourself.
Mrs.
Choppa, sorry. Yep, Mrs. Choppa. Pardon me, Mrs. Choppa.
Oh, no.
but does she ever, you know, clearly, like I say, you protect yourself and everything. She feels safe, but does she ever worry about you a little bit? Like you getting kind of, you know, you kind of getting powerful out here. You might be on day radar, you know, who they is, you know what I'm saying? Or does she take it in stride for the most part?
Oh, Mrs. Choppa be on the go, man. she ain't worried, man.
Yeah.
She swear I'm a superhero, man. To be honest with y'all, you know, I be having to tell her like, I'm not.
I'm a human.
I'm a human. You know, you do realize this, right? And I say that because you know it's Mrs. Choppa, man. Man, she be the one. She like you know, I'll be having to you know really talk to her about you know just little situations. Like one situation happened a couple months ago. I never spoke on this, you know, on any interview or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all just a quick story.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
My daughter had a birthday party to go to. It was at a mall in Baltimore, called East Point Mall. All right, so that's a rough little area, right? So I drop her off, and boom, you know, she having a good time. But I look around the crowd, there ain't nothing but like Baltimore gold teeth. You know, it's some rough dudes up in there. You know, some rough dudes, uncles, brothers, cousins. You know, it was a kid birthday party, so I really wasn't worried too much. I didn't, you know, I stayed in the mall. But they was in a particular store, like you know where they do event space. They was in event space in the mall. So I walked around the mall. Me and Mrs. Choppa, stopped at a jewelry store, got some food, did a little light shopping, and it was about time to pick my daughter up. Right. So we walking, we getting toward the store. I tell my wife, go ahead, I'm gonna go get my daughter, and you go ahead and chill out here. Mind you, it's end of the mall pretty much closed, right? So you got security coming, you know, saying, hey, you know, you can't be in the mall. So I'm getting my daughter. Everything good. Everything's running smooth. She had a great time. You know, the energy was great.
Right.
So as she packing up her stuff, I hear my wife say, Mark! You know, I look up, you know what I'm saying? And she like, he put his hands on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, immediately, you know, I go assess the situation. And I got to watch myself sometimes because sometimes I come off like very aggressive. You know, imagine a room full of brothers, cousins, they all family. All right, I'm there by myself with my wife. So I go assessing. I was like, what's going on, bro? You know what I mean? And the dude she's basically accusing him of putting his hands on. He's calm. He's super calm. Me and him having a conversation, you know, because I'm asking, hey, what's going on? You know, what happened before I react. Because I definitely want to assess the situation. You know what I mean? Because I know my wife. My wife, you know, you can brush her like, don't touch me. It's on. You know, especially if she not feeling, she not feeling, she just not feeling it. She wasn't feeling these dudes and she wasn't feeling the party at all. She wasn't feeling the energy. She wasn't feeling the crowd, right? So apparently, you know, when we was taking too long, and so she tried to come in, and the security was like, no, you know what I'm saying? You can't come in. She like, my daughter in there. And then it became a big thing, you know, because I guess they exchanged some words. I guess she tried to, you know, bust in there, and he like kind of tried to stop her, you know, but you're definitely not gonna stop my wife when she's clearly saying my child is in there. All right. Sure. So me and the guy was talking. I'm looking around. I'm like, hold on, man. I'm being surrounded right now. I mean, like it was about 15, 20 dudes, like surrounded me, and then one dude, I'll never forget him. He was like amping it up. He was like, yeah, what you want to do? Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking around, and I immediately start, like, I don't know. I'm a grown man with my daughter, so I'm definitely not about to get jumped in this situation. So I'm grabbing on my pistol immediately. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't pull it out because I believe you don't never pull it out unless you're going to use it. But that was a situation where as though I had to use de-escalation skills, you know what I'm saying, where I had to watch my tone, you know, watch my body language, kind of like, hey, look, I'm not here for that. You know, I'm not here for that. I'm picking up my daughter. Y'all good. We good. We out of here. You know what I'm saying? But they kept on, like, surrounding this one loud dude kept amping it up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when I start tightening it up because it's like, you take a cup, it's too many of y'all. You take a swing at me, I'm gonna take some lives. Yeah. And it's that serious because I'm here with my daughter, here with my wife, and my brand. My life is in jeopardy. Y'all can stomp me out to death. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take nothing lightly. I don't take threats lightly. You know, because me seeing tomorrow is more important to me than more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
So after that, you know, I definitely got on my wife, like, you know, if you see me de-escalating the situation, I need you to do the same, you know, because she was definitely involved with the amp, and she, I swear to God, she thought I could take over 15 dudes. But I'm like, you know what's going to happen like this. It was going to be bodies flying, you know what I'm saying? It was going to, and I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, it's kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally,
too much to think
you know,
about.
so I had to, like, really, like, strategize and the exit plan. Like, this is what was happening. It was happening so fast. I'm getting swarmed and swarmed. They was getting closer and closer and closer. You know what I mean? To where as though, you know, it was so close where it was going to be death. You know, possibly death, possibly you know, me fighting a self-defense case all over again. And I don't have the finances or the resources to do that right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've done it. And it cost me $30,000, you know, for a lawyer. So,
bro, so that but the thing I like about that scenario is a lot of that just showed the difference in there. The first thing you said is you didn't go in there pistol out because a lot of niggas got it on them automatically get the Superman feel. You said you went and assessed the situation.
No, for
you
sure.
was thinking strategic the whole
strategic,
whole time.
Because
had you lost your cool a little bit or anything, it probably would have been right ended the way you said. You know
I never lost my cool, bro. I stayed as calm as possible because I'm looking at my daughter. You know what I mean? She's just like, she's heartbroken because this was her best friend's birthday party. So. Of course, I had to make amends with the mom. The brother was actually the one of the brother that was now he was real amping this up, and I get it because we're so protective over our own. You know, his little sister, his mother, but you know we got to stop looking at each other like the enemy.
That's what I was.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, damn, you know. You just never know. Things can go from 0 to 1,000 so fast, and I just thought about it. This is what I teach our children. This is the workshops that we provide for our children. Because I go to schools. You know, I get invited to schools. Some schools love what I talk to the children about. You know, and it's about being strategic, about de-escalation of potentially deadly situation, because we were never taught that. Never. You know, we were never taught that, and I learned it. I'm self-taught because I had to be a bodyguard for over 13, 14 years. And that's what kept me alive. Not because I was some badass, but because I know how to assess a situation and de-escalate it.
Them niggas don't last long, bro.
Yeah. Man, respect man.
Stupidity don't take you that far.
Part, you ain't even like, it's not even like you a stranger to be more. You got some ties out there. You know what I'm saying? You know a couple people out, so it's not even like you B more became another home for me. For sure. You know? Yeah. I think we all share that when you know, but that's wild, bro. I appreciate that story though, bro.
Thank you for that story.
That's the first time that's the story ever been put out in the airways, man. Had to go ahead and give that to my dogs.
I appreciate, but it shows everything you preach and talk about in one instance. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kept your self-respect intact. Everything was intact. Got home safely. Got home safely. Which I think people lose that in the mission is making it home.
Yeah. But hold on. Look at this lesson real quick. So we on our way home, you know. Of course, I'm getting on my wife, you know what I mean, because it's like, yo, like, you know, that could have turned ugly real fast, right?
Disgusting.
I'm gonna always protect you, but don't have me, put my life on the line when it was something that could have been brushed off. Nobody put their hands on you. Nobody physically attacked you. Yeah. No one, put your life in danger. No one, you know what I'm saying? So don't put me in that position again. We gotta think smarter. So then so we on our way home. She get to checking for her phone. She didn't want to tell me because she know I was already hot. I mean, I was hot, bro. I was hot. I was hot, bro. She didn't want to tell me. She said, I forgot my cell phone. I said, that was the icing on the cake. I said, you know what? I said, this is why you gotta treat people. You gotta be careful how you treat people because you just cussed out that security guard for asking why. Who you asking for? You cussed them all the way out.
Yeah, he was going to jail.
Now we gotta call the mall, the security, the same security you cussed out.
He asked the phone
and asked for the phone. Yeah. Security answered. He had the phone. Wow. I'm like, that just shows you, and I've been in positions like that all the time. Yeah. Just even like going to the corner store and brother looking like he doing real bad, you know what I'm saying? He might need a couple dollars, right? Give him a couple dollars. I remember I left my keys one time, right? I come back. I go back. He like, you left these, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like, if I would have carried them, it wasn't even about the money, but even if I don't got it, I'm still kind. I don't try to talk down to people or treat them less than, right? If I would have did that, man, them keys would have been in the sewer, man. It's just you gotta treat people right, man.
No, that's for real. That's for real.
With you building your following online and you like connecting with other gun rights activists and advocates like what's my man named Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo. That's one of my best friends. Yeah, we became best friends. We talk every day, man.
My bad, because how did that connection form for real?
I hit him up. I did a remix video. One of the gun remixes, related all my guns, and I did a remix joint too. I'm a Savage. Automatic, something. I don't know, something, right? It's on my Instagram page all the way down. That was like the first rap video I did, and I said tag Black Rambo. Man, he commented on the joint. It was cool. It was like, man, that joint was nice. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So I hit him up like, yo, what it's gonna take to do a collaboration? What's your price? Man, he gave me some short shit. I said, what? I said, man, I'll come see you the next couple of days. He was like, bet. He said he in Louisiana. I'm in DMV. That's an 18-hour drive. Yeah. I got on the road. Wow. Went to go see it. Kicked it with him. Kicked it with him the whole weekend. Like, we was together like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? I came there for do a video, but I actually built a bond, a lifetime bond with him, And now it's like, man, he done taught me the game.
He got so much knowledge.
Yeah, bro, he taught me the game as far as, just being a gun enthusiast, a two-way influencer, just how to get sponsorships. He's done threw me plenty of bones. I mean, most of the sponsorships that he got, he always try to, hey, Mark Choppa, he doing numbers too, because I got millions of views, on Facebook, YouTube, my Instagram's going crazy. I got videos with millions of views on my Instagram as well. Yeah. So he put me in position for sure. And so I just try to extend that same, embracement to other 2A advocates as well that's trying to become a gun advocate. So
that's dope, man. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of time people miss that opportunity. They don't
for sure.
They just see it as like this is the money.
Yeah, bro.
Get the bread,
bro. Opportunity trumps money every single time.
Every time, bro.
Building a relationship with somebody trumps every time. Because he even put me on the different events that I absolutely need to be at if this is the career path I chose, that I would have never known, and he kind of made the road a little easier for me. So I will forever be grateful for that.
People need that, bro. And I think people miss these opportunities. So it's like you chasing the bread, and that's short bread. That bread gonna come once. Yeah. That relationship gonna foster that money. Oh, it's gonna cycle it back over and over again. And I don't think people think like that, and I don't really trust people that don't think like that.
Yeah,
no, like, you just don't get it.
Yeah,
so
you
cool,
don't get it.
Ain't gonna,
you don't get
this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Is there any other people that you built relationships with in this space, or whether online or met in person?
Oh yeah, man. Too many to speak of. You know, it's a brother named Maj Toure. He's a 2A activist. I mean, this brother is powerful. You know, he's been on different networks, on TV, on the news and stuff, and he just really put emphasis on black gun ownership. You know, he has a brand called Black Guns Matter, and it's a dope brand. He goes around the world and does free training for blacks, brothers and sisters.
Damn, that's dope, bro.
I seen the how'd y'all get and this is cause it's funny because when I seen the you know, a lot of people now don't even be like Twista, but like it's like when we was in high school, Twista was like a really like that nigga.
Yeah, bro. I was
Kamikaze used to be nigga shit. So like, so how did that relationship kind of foster?
Oh man. Okay, so me and Rambo, we went to go visit Twista. They was hosting a 2A event because you know Twista became a
big time.
Yeah, 2A advocate. You know, so he had a 2A event. Me and Rambo went to. So actually, we were met up at it's a pretty much like the monument in Chicago, right? Skyscraper. Right? We met up there, right? And I'm sitting there with me and my wife. This is a true story, right? And Twister comes about, he said, Mark Choppa. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll look at him. I'm like he like completely like, yo, I watch all your videos. I'm like, what? I said, hey man, Twister, stop it, man. I said, I'm the fan. I'm the fan. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was crazy. I said, hold on. I said, you watch all my videos, but you don't even follow me. He said, I'm gonna follow you right now. I said, bro,
he just be watching.
I was a completely like,
that's funny.
It was a crazy moment because it's like you never know who's watching your content. You never know who's watching, bro. Yeah. You know, so
it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, you don't even follow me, bro. What are you talking about? How you watch my like he was naming videos he watched like he
crazy.
So it was crazy. So you know, I definitely fan. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm naming all his songs. Like, bro, I'm a real fan. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we came out. Our relationship got crazy because now it's like when we see each other, we both like we normalize fanning out for you know brothers and sisters we support. You know what I'm saying? So we like see who can fan out first, and we catch it on camera, and people don't really understand it, but it's us changing the narrative on how we treat each other, how we support each other.
For sure.
You know?
When did that even I know when did that flip switch for you? Because even in your language I'm hearing it's brother. It's not like
it's
not
bro.
Nigga, it's not you know
I
what
think
I'm
you
saying?
said nigga one time.
That's what I'm saying. I've been like picking up on it. I'm just like, okay.
Oh man, I try to kick that on my vocabulary because words are power.
100%.
You know, you speaking life and just meaning what you say and saying what you mean. You know, so I'm still learning every day, but definitely my heart ain't the same it was 10 years ago for sure. You know, because I was definitely, it was a time in my life I was always on wartime. And I guess because I didn't have no guidance.
Right.
You know, I've been exposed to violence at a young age. You know, I've been exposed to violent deaths at a young age. You know, gun violence at a young age. Y'all know. You know, look at all our friends that's gone. Y'all.
For sure.
You know, Shane gone. Leach, he gone. You know, Debo gone. All these brothers are gone. You know, and I could keep naming.
Going.
I can keep going. I just named a few from I know that we know.
Sure.
Together, and that hardens your heart. You know, it hardens your heart.
Especially when you're young, man. You don't think like that. You don't think like this could be over.
Yeah.
For somebody that you know. You know what I'm saying? It's almost seems like it's another world. Like what? Like, wait, never? Like is he never going? I'm never gonna see this man again. Like,
Yeah.
That shit kind of like mess with you. Like damn. Like
Yeah, man.
when you young and then that hit you, it's like.
Especially like Shane, because Shane was one of them niggas you felt
that was undestructible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That crushed me because I'm like, man, if they can get up on Shane, they can get up on anybody. Yeah. Like, because he was a superhero to us. You know, Shane was like the Hulk. You know, somebody done slayed the Hulk. Yeah. You know, and we had to deal with that. We didn't have no coping mechanisms. Nope. We didn't have nobody to talk to. You know, we didn't have mentorship programs, and I mean, that's what I feel like. That's what we need. You know, resources, more resources for our youth, because y'all don't know what these kids is going through. The kids I deal with, you know, because I'm in the community in D.C. heavy. You know, just being there for them, just is trying to educate them and you know, and spread some love and you know through the youth, right? And a lot of these youngers, they 12, 13, 14, and they got pistol charges. They been shot. They shot at some people. I mean, they've been going through some things, man, early. So, like y'all said, you know, we grew up, you know, using our hands. You'll be a fool. You'll be a fool to have that logic, you know, these days.
Yeah, they're not playing, man. I'm kind of worried, bro. Like, me being in education, I be worried about these kids, bro, because I be seeing, like, I see them on a day-to-day, so I just know the type of mindset that they on. Like, even last night they had a party for the kids at the school, whatever. Like, I know the girls was doing what they was doing when we was in school. Mm-hmm. But that was different what I seen yesterday, bro. Yeah. And I know where they're getting it from. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was way worse than what the girls our age was doing when we was young, bro. That I would have seen my daughter doing some of this shit they was doing in there. You getting homeschooled now. Mm-hmm. It's over with. Yeah. Bro, and just like it is for the girls on the sexual side, it's like that for the boys on the violence and the drug side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They get it from the music.
They get it from the music and the social media.
And social media, of course.
Social media is like, you can literally access anything on social media. Yeah. So
I used to have to stay up till 2 a.m. to watch them videos back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you can watch that shit at 12 p.m.
Yeah, and we had like magazines. Like I know my father had magazines.
12 p.m. you can watch that shit.
But even the connection to, because I even like a little, because I hope you don't mind me telling this story.
No, go ahead.
Well, it's a story. I remember one time, bro, we was in the hallway, and I don't know, it was definitely over a girl. I don't know if you was dealing with her or whatever.
Talking about the Mario case?
Nah.
Oh, I thought you was
no.
I'm about to say,
No. But it was a problem. You was fucking with a girl, but I guess her nigga or nigga she was fucking with tried to and he was at a whole nother school. And I remember you was in the hallway. If you remember, you was coming in. You was hot as shit. You was like, man, I'm about to go. Fuck it. I'm about to just go to. I'm just pull up. I'm about to leave school now so I can get to him after school. And I just think about, but. I don't think you end up going niggas.
I think that happened, right? I called her or something, and he was in the background.
Yup.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah, nigga. So,
that was my man's. I found out later that was my man's cousin too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But I just remembered it because I was thinking about. It's crazy how that would. Now imagine if y'all had Instagram then.
Yeah.
That could have been some whole other like that like,
situation.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what? That situation. You know, I didn't catch him that day. You know that situation. I called him at a bus stop. Just sitting there.
Sitting duck.
Just sitting there.
Sitting duck, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was...
I remember that
was a different...
I remember that because niggas talk that. Niggas like, bro, you crazy as shit if you leave the school right now to go. And then you would have been so mad, the administrators was already on you. So niggas was waiting for you to try to leave. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas was like, look, just chill out. But it's just funny because we talk about it now. But if that was an Instagram shit, bro, that could have been a real, like, he probably would have posted you. You would have got, like, and now it don't even go. Now we're not even talking fighting at this point because, like, you know, words probably would have been said.
You done embarrassed me.
Yeah, I think it's because of embarrassment.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
That's why our youngins is dying. You know, this.
They don't like to be embarrassed.
They don't like to be embarrassed.
Like, you got 10,000 followers. You just embarrassed.
Everybody see what's going on. It's crazy y'all speaking on this topic right now because that is exactly what's going on right now. These rappers and these youngins with all these followers, they popping out with a disc, they popping out with this. You get your chain snatched. You know what I'm saying? My ears is in the streets. You know, my ears. I talk to the youngins. You know what I mean? So I know what's going on, and it's exactly what y'all speaking on right now as far as it being on the internet and youngins getting embarrassed and the beef is getting. We got instigators from all over, and we got a lot of elders instigating as well.
That's
you know,
elders instigating is the worst thing.
Man, I be in disgust. I be in pure disgust, man.
Why you think like people that's from where you from that like they may have a story, they got the education, they quiet. Like when it comes to these things, like I don't know. I don't know too many other Mark Choppers.
Because one, you become a target, and for two, you get some people that you lose a lot of business opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know, that black empowerment and black and speaking on issues in our community, you know, that's not a favorable topic to these corporations. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, I done got booted from a couple different sponsorships and just being too black. Yeah. You know, speaking on
real
issues that that should be spoken on, but you know, a lot of these corporate companies or opportunities, they're not with that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and that's sad because
you on the deal up front, but you like they just tried it. You ain't even like the way it was a deal that could have gave you a little bag, but it was like, you know what, I don't even.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. And it's not a deal. It's all the time. Because I'm not gonna change the way I'm not gonna change who I am and what my brand represents. I ain't cooning out. Yeah. I'm not gonna act like my people don't matter. I'm not gonna act like we're not. We're not oppressed. I'm not gonna act like our children aren't dying at a crazy rate. I'm not gonna act like we're not killing each other. Mm-hmm. I'm just not gonna act like these things aren't happening. So I gotta continue to kind of represent and be a voice. Yeah. And a lot of companies that I deal with, they're all for that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I ain't taking no losses, man. Yeah. I got people that support me, brothers, sisters. All colors. Yeah. I got to support. Sure. I got people that's gonna support me, white and black, man.
I respect that, bro, because you're standing on something, man. I think a lot of people they gonna fold when the money comes.
Yeah, especially bro, when in the 2A community,
explain that what that 2A thing is, because I heard you say it, but I don't think a lot of people know what that
Second Amendment. Okay. Brothers and sisters who fight for the Second Amendment, who promote us exercising our Second Amendment. So it's a community, It's people that trained. You got gunsmiths, and that's what we try to teach the youth as well, because there's so many opportunities in guns. You're curious and you're interested in guns, that's no problem. That's normal, all right? Because you have opportunities. You can become a gunsmith. You can become a competition shooter. You can become you can sell. You can get a gun store. Mm-hmm. You can become a gun influencer, a gun enthusiast like me. You can become a 2A advocate. The sky's the limit. It is a $1 billion industry.
That's crazy. So it is, as old as I am, I never even thought of most of these joints.
I never thought about it. I just became one. I don't know how. I think someone else called me a gun enthusiast. I was like, yeah, that's what I am. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just like me. Yeah. I started becoming a collector because I never thought I could buy firearms before legally.
Like,
so I'm like, oh shit! I remember buying one, and then I just started buying. Buying and buying. Now,
what's the best one you bought?
The most expensive one was the double barrel AR-15. That's got 2 triggers, 2 barrels. It's a badass gun.
What are you trying to do?
Some cartoon shit.
What are you trying to do, Mark?
Send a
message.
Some
G.I. Joe shit?
I'm trying to send a message.
Did you watch G.I. Joe as a kid?
Yeah, hell okay. Yeah,
you
for
see
sure.
Cobra outside?
Yeah, no.
The long
revolver.
Out of all your guns, bro, the long ass revolver is the one that's crazy to me, because that shit just looked like it hurt. When you know what I'm saying? Like that joint just looks.
You know what? That's actually the most powerful one I have. Everybody laughs at it, but that is a 500. That is a damn near a 50 cal in a revolver. You know what I mean?
That's your favorite one right now?
I wouldn't say my favorite, because they all have sentimental reasons why I purchased them. But I buy so many because it's been so long that I thought I couldn't buy any. Right? And it's sending a direct message like, we can too. Yeah. We can too, because we got white folk training their kids at a very young age. We got them teaching them survival skills at a very young age. We got them training. We got them familiarized with firearms and and just all around weaponry.
Facts,
facts. Archery, spears, and and I'm sending a message. Hey, we doing the same thing. Ain't nothing, we can be, we can all be together, cool. But we definitely not gonna be the last one standing. We're not the last one. We're not gonna be we're not gonna be falling behind anymar in the future.
How you deal with like your kids and teaching them about their guns and all of that, getting them comfortable with that?
Well, their father's Mark Choppa, so they're like they have been more than what's the word I want to use?
They're definitely prepared. I know that.
Yeah, definitely prepared, but willingly to assist with the movement.
Mm-hmm.
My children, we were training every Sunday. My children willingly showed up to train families, communities for free.
Part of family business, man.
I got daughters. My daughters, they do what they want to do. And, what I'm saying? If they feel like, hey, daddy, I ain't feeling it today, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to force my children to do anything, So they understand it's at a young age what's going on.
Should mean something.
Yeah, it means something to them. So I think it's really dope. It makes me proud for sure. Teaching them was the easy part, I guess the hard part is just just getting them to understand, the responsibility behind it. Because, kids, of course, they think guns are super cool. But adults too. I think it's super cool, but you really have to
educate yourself.
Yeah, you really got to pound it into them what it takes, almost like martial arts. What it takes, discipline. Yeah, what discipline it takes to hold this power.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
Yeah,
it's power.
You think it's any extra? Just like, even not saying you mean it to be this way, but do you think it's any like? It's a little bit of pressure on your son that look like you are, my son, and when this is over, somebody got to carry.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no, he on top of his game though, man. My son is a straight A student. He's when we go train, he's training in self defense. He's in boxing. He's on the basketball team. He's brilliant. He's the pressure's there, but from me being in the household, he's handling his own, man. Cause I wake him up. Sometimes I wake him up 6 a.m. Hey, yo, it's time to train. It's time to work out. It's time to work out. I give him a brutal workout because I'm gonna show you that this is life for me. All right. So I'm not gonna stop until you don't want to go anymore.
Gotcha.
Because this is a leadership role I've taken as a father. I want you to understand this is work. This is work. You want to be the wolf. You want to be the provider. You want to be the man. It's going to take you work to be there.
You are the man of the house.
All right.
You are the big protector.
Yeah.
Sure.
So just in case I'm gone, he'll be ready.
That's dope, bro. I love one thing I'm gonna say, even outside of this, the space that we on the podcast, I just want to really commend you.
Thanks,
on the work that you're doing with your kids, the work that you're doing in the community, like the man of principle that that you are.
Thanks,
it's just it's just dope to watch, from afar. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be all up in your mix all the time. But it's dope to support from I see my man, he's doing something positive. Yeah. You know what I mean? He passionate about something. I just like seeing people passionate about something.
Yeah, it's good to see y'all brothers still rocking it and doing something positive. Y'all got a voice here.
It's just every time I see you come across my town, I be like, it's a smile come across.
Yeah, thanks, man. I feel the same way. I got the same love for y'all too. We like the last ones left, man. Ain't too many. Man, ain't too many of us, man.
You stage yourself is the dope part too. Because I was talking even at Troy's wedding. I remember I was talking to Chuck. Chuck had mentioned Chuck was like, he said, nah, Mark, he said, Chuck, he's like, man, that's my man. He's still cool. He was like, he said, you know why I fuck with him, bro? He said, he's still the same. He said, even if you comment on a post or something, and it's one of the guys, he said, Mark will hit you back. He'll say something.
I gotta make sure. I read all my comments, and if it's one of my good men, I'm gonna make sure you feel my embracement. You feel man, I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It don't go unnoticed though.
That ain't going. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Don't go unnoticed.
No, I ain't never gonna change, man. Yeah. I ain't never gonna change.
I
almost switched up on Ab this morning though, cause you know, like I charge like for shows to show up and stuff like that, and
deservedly
VA
so,
and
deservedly so.
A gun store had booked me a few weeks ago, and I had to call them this morning. It's like, man, I ain't gonna be able to make it. You know what I mean? So I gotta come see my brothers. I ain't telling them that, but. Yeah,
we would understand though.
We would understand.
We appreciate it.
I said this morning, I'm like, man, we might gotta reschedule.
It'd be like this. If I showed up, if it showed up, it'd be like, yo,
we might gotta reschedule. Because he got a mission.
Once you committed to, I knew you was gonna double back, so it never was a big. But
we appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
No, for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna end it on this. Like, where you see you taking a brand and pushing it to? Like, what's your vision for it?
Oh, okay. So right now, I want a massive training grounds. Where we're teaching real estate, where we are teaching financial literacy, we are teaching survival skills. We are standing on the course for with our workshops, de-escalation, archery, self-defense, firearm awareness and safety. I want a facility, all right, and all over the world. I want facilities all over the world. I want our youth to have access to it, for sure. And it's starting right here in the DMV because I had a training ground, but I want an actual facility. I want to build that up right here in the DMV, and once I get that building up, we're gonna get another one. It's gonna be training grounds for our people. Just to become educated on things that we've never been educated on.
I love it.
So.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen, bro?
It's gonna happen.
I can't wait to see it. Manifest. So anyway, we can support in that regard, brother. Please, phone call away, man.
I will.
Man, we said 30 times, bro. I'm proud of you. Swear to God, bro.
I'm proud of y'all, man. Look at y'all, man. Lights, camera, action. Man. I said, oh, this is real nice, man. We got top of the line equipment around here. I know this stuff ain't cheap, man. Look,
studio there, all together.
It's real nice, man. And y'all just doing y'all thing, and then I'll check y'all a couple of y'all videos out because I always, if I'm going to go, do an interview or a podcast, I go check out some of the videos. I'm like, oh man, they've been putting out some dope content,
Appreciate that.
So I appreciate y'all. I'm definitely going to do my platform is y'all platform, whatever y'all put up, cut up, and I'm gonna post it on my page as well.
Appreciate
yeah.
Guys, we got Mark Choppa here, man. It's the Most Unknown Podcast. We out.